Peace, family. Peace, peace, and welcome back to the Campaign TV Show podcast. I am your host, Brother King Cam. Welcome to In the Building, family. I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight for another fired up, level up show. You understand me? High key, what we doing. So what I want everybody to do is I want you to first share this out to as many people as possible so we can get as many people into this broadcast as possible. So I need you to like, I need you to share, and I need you to get interactive in the comment section, no matter what platform that you're viewing us from. All my YouTube family, what I need you to do is I need you to like, I need you to hit that bell so you can stay notified each and every time we drop a video, and I need you to subscribe so that we can grow our following and viewership over there on YouTube. So I thank you again for tuning in, family. I am your brother King Cam. We got a fire we got a fire guest, that's going to be joining us tonight. So before we get into our guest and the topic of our conversation with our guest, we're going to hear that track from my brother Ben X. It's called 400 Years, so make sure y'all tap in. All right? It's in the towns. Come on, tap in, family. Let's go. Let's go, family. Ah, yeah. Hey, welcome to the Campaign TV show. What up, brother John? Come on, family. Let's get everybody in the building. I'm going to help out, too. It's the double to the real thing. Real thing. It's the real thing. Bang, bang. 400 years will be like a reactive. Yeah. Right. Before they fired me. Vaccine. We'll win every damn time. Now go get in and stack it. 400 years will be like a reactor. Payment for my tears. All 400 years. We are. Yeah. Family. Again, that is my brother Ben X with the 400 years. If you want to make sure you got that track onto your cellular device on your phone so you can play it while you're riding, you know what I mean? Give you that vibe. Then make sure you slide over to brotherbenxmusic.com, I believe, to go ahead and scoop that up. But you can follow him on social media networks and you can grab that, family. But tonight, I have a guest that we're going to be speaking with very shortly. They did let me know that they were running a little behind, was a little tied up, which is all good. But we're going to be talking about censorship, and we also are going to be talking about the attack on information. So a lot of us have seen a lot of what's going on with the attack on information. A lot of us probably have been victims of the censorship and the attack on information. If you try to post anything other than what mainstream media is telling you to post, then trust and believe they on it like white on rice. They on it like white on rice. They don't want you posting anything other than what is in the mainstream news cycles, and that's going with the agenda of Google, Facebook, Microsoft, you understand? Any of the large tech companies, Apple, and many more. You understand me? So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight as we wait on our guests to come on in, family. So we also, what I want you all to do, for those that are just coming in, want you to make sure that you are subscribed to us on all of our social media platforms. And if you would like to donate to the show, it is at the bottom of the screen right there. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You can hit us on the Cash App, or you can hit us via PayPal, and we certainly appreciate all of that. I'm always in trouble. What's going on? Let's do some shout outs. Let me see. Let's do some shout outs. We got Brother John Warren in the building. Appreciate you, Black, for tuning in and being a part of the show. Greetings. Brother John is heavy in the comment section, family. Heavy in the comment section. Okay, we got my sister Love in the building. Always here. Faithful. You understand me? So when we blow to a million subscribers, a million followers, and a million views, Sister Love was here since day one. You know what I mean? Real love. You know what I mean? Then we got Brother Kevin in the building. What's going on, Brother Kevin? Certainly appreciate you for checking in. Please let me know in the comment section what city, what state that you tapping in from too, because we do have people that view the show from all over the world. We have people that view from international. We have people that view domestically that's in the building. You understand me? So let's just make sure that you let me know where we tapping in from. Let's see. When I post a minister, they say, well, yeah, you know, they on it. They on it. What you're seeing is the battle for the minds of our people. So those of us who want to push truth, those who hurling truth at falsehood, as the Holy Quran tells us to do, until we knock out his brains, are going to be heavily censored on the devil's social media websites. We're going to be heavily censored because we're hurling truth at the falsehood that they're trying to capture the minds of our people with. So you have to understand how important and vital what we are doing is, and why the devil is working so hard to stop that truth. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is being censored because of the truth that comes from his mouth. But guess what? They can't censor everybody. They can't censor all of the people that speak that same truth, that the minister has implanted the idea of freedom, justice, and equality into the minds of so many people. They can't shut everybody down. So shout out to Brother Terry in the building. Got Brother John in here from NYC. We talked about, we mentioned Brother John earlier, but he told us he's from NYC. So, so they can't stop everybody. And they can't shut everybody down. But while we are in the process of waiting on our guests to come on in the building, I want to, hold on. Y'all don't know about this. Can't find it. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm talking to the interviewee. Let me see something real quick. Let me see something. Boom. Let me send this. I'm gonna send him the link. I gotta send him the link again, family, because he didn't get it the last time. So let me go to boom. Let me do this. I need to go to sent. Hold on, fam. Boy, I was just about to get into it on a whole nother thing. While we waited on our guests to come into the building, I was about to get into it and go a whole nother route, but he just hit me. So I appreciate you all for staying with us while we go ahead and get these technical difficulties out of the way. You know what I mean? It's always something. It's always something, but we always meet and overcome all difficulties. Meet and overcome all obstacles. I've been in Facebook jail so many times. I'm going to keep doing my job as an MGT. Absolutely, sister. We appreciate you. You know, MGT and the Vanguard out there on the forefront, battling. And we, as brothers, have to be doing the same exact thing, family. So, again, hit the comment section. Let me know where you tuning in from, what city, what state. Shout out to all of my YouTube family. Appreciate the Facebook family who's always here, faithful. Make sure you share this out. Put this on your page, because you know we always giving good information here at the Campaign TV show. podcast. It's about uplifting the culture and waking up the minds of our people, delivering them from the grave of ignorance. So it's important that we teach that truth and speak that truth that will bring light to our people who are in the darkness right now, family. So that's what it is. Philly, wa alaikum salam. What's going on? Big brother Jimmy in the building. Hold on. Gotta get big brother Jimmy tuning in from YouTube. What's up, black man? Philly in the building. We got Hartford, Connecticut in the building. Shout out to Hartford, Connecticut. I was just talking to my brother Raheem earlier, who's down here in Atlanta by way of Hartford, Connecticut. So shout out to my brother that's tapped in from Hartford, Connecticut. And brother Mark right here. I love the picture, black. I love the picture. You got the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Got the Christ on there. You understand me? Got the risen and exalted Christ on there. I'm not talking about no dead man. I'm not talking about nobody coming up out of no graves, because we know that we have never met anyone that went into the grave that came back. It's just not. It hasn't happened. But we're talking about the one that was risen from the grave of ignorance. The grave of ignorance, and oppression and poverty, That grave, that spiritual grave that we was in, is the one that was risen, the only and the first begotten son of the dead, of the spiritually dead, the mentally dead, the economically dead. You understand me? Yes, sir. The Christ, most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And without further ado, our guest is in the building. So what we're going to do is go ahead and bring him on, because this is my dear brother, and he is going to be discussing with us tonight. Now hold on, Brother Rizza, I got to give you the intro. Okay,
yes,
okay.
sir.
So listen. I'm here with a powerful brother. And what we are going to be talking about tonight, we're going to be talking about censorship. We're going to be talking about the attack on information. You understand me? We're going to be talking about my brother's latest moves, because we haven't been able to see him for a while, but I'm talking about a powerful speaker. I'm talking about a humanitarian, an author, a doctor. You didn't hear what I said. I said a doctor in the business, in the industry of serving medical truth to the people. That's prescribed from the doctor on high to help resurrect us from our spiritual, mental sicknesses. And I'm talking about none other than my big brother, Rizza Islam. So I want y'all to give him a big virtual hand clap right now in the comment section. Hit that virtual hand clap for my big brother. And I'm going to go ahead and give him some claps as well here on the show. Hold on. Got to turn the volume up.
That's right.
Oh, there we go.
My brother. Praise be to Allah. We made it in. I thank Allah for my brother, King Cam, and I thank Allah for all the work that he's doing as a part of the brotherhood. So I just say, first off, let me introduce my talk properly. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who appeared in the person of Master Farah Muhammad, and that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is the exalted Christ, and that the honorable Mr. Farrakhan is our divine warner guide, what we call the hells of the world of North America. I greet all my brothers in the greeting words of peace. Paradise of Asa simply means peace be unto you. Man. My brother.
Yes, sir.
But a lot going on, man.
Man, it's good to see you, brother.
Good to be seen.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
There's a lot that we're going to. But again, I'm honored to be on the platform, be on the show, and brother, whatever you need from me, let's go right into it.
Absolutely, brother. We're not even gonna waste no time, brother, because a lot of the work that you have been doing, you've been waking our people up, been feeding us good information, things that we can use so that we can go out and we can study, and we all understand the attack that is happening on information. So could you just bring our people up to speed with some of the tactics that have been used to stop you from putting your message out?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing is everyone understand, not just, and I can hear myself.
You know what? Hold up.
Yes, sir.
I done messed up. I know what I did. Hold up, let me fix this.
I want to make sure you get it all.
For a minute. Hold up. There we go.
Yes, man.
We got better sound now.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me still?
Hold on.
Clear?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you now.
Yes, sir.
Hold up.
We got it, y'all.
Yeah, we back now. We straight now.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I'll say, well, the first thing is that everyone should know by now, the censorship has levels to it, and the multitude of tactics have layers to them. So they have not only flagged my posts and taken my posts down. Of course, we know that's the easiest stage. Then they took my pages down, which I say pages because on Instagram I am now on page number 4. My brother, this is my 4th page.
Wow.
At attempting to educate the people. That's page number 4. They took down my main page at roughly 539,000 followers, so over 500,000. They took down my second page, which was Message to the Millennials at 59,000 followers. They took down my third page, which was Not Another Tuskegee Experiment at roughly 42,000 followers. They recently took down my Twitter at 55,000 followers. Back in February, they took down my Facebook humanitarian page or my public figure page at 120,000 subscribers. Prior to that, they took down my YouTube channel at 149,000 subscribers. And of course, they banned me from Clubhouse. Collectively, I was reaching between 18 to 20 million people per week. So this is a very real, tactical, calculated maneuver on censorship. So I want us to understand, when you're posting things that they don't like, that's one thing. When you're just posting things, when you're posting specific truths that expose specific agendas at the particular time, at the exact time when they want those agendas to be successful, and you have a large enough viewership, they will not only censor posts, they will take down your page, they will take down your whole entire network, and then they will censor your name literally all over the internet, so that if anyone posts you up, their pages will now start getting flagged. Their pages will now start getting monitored more than normal. They have my name on something called the Disinformation Dozen list, which is a list of 12 people who they have stated, they meaning the government, they meaning the House of Representatives and the Senate, both parts of Congress, the full 500 plus members of Congress, have collectively voted that there's a list of 12 people. Your brother Rizza Islam is the youngest on the list, the only Muslim on the list, the follower of Minister Farrakhan that is on the list. And they stated that this list of people, just 12 people, are responsible for roughly 70% of the misinformation about quote unquote shots, vaccines, etc. So they have stated that we are responsible for having an influence of over 65 million people. These are the numbers that the government has released. And they have not only been pushing this, exactly, that's the exact website there. This organization is called the Center for Countering Digital Hate. It's funny how they always make it seem as though they are trying to prevent hate from being spread all over the internet, yet they allow people to be murdered on camera. Yet they allow people to be robbed on camera. Yet they allow videos of Black people who get murdered and literally terrorized by domestic terrorists, aka police officers. They allow videos like that to remain up all over the internet. Yet you say you're trying to prevent hate from being spread, when it's simply the truth about certain things that pharmaceutical companies are doing, literally to destroy the lives of the people. So you're preventing the truth, and you are helping the hate to continue to spread. But people who are becoming extremely influential at exposing the particular truths that you don't want people to know about because it is bad for business and is bad for your investment, those are the ones whom they have targeted. So when it comes to censorship, again, brother, it has levels. And on this list here, the Center for Countering Digital Hate, this is actually the old, the first one that they brought up, the first information they brought up on this. If you go back to the beginning of the website there, you'll see that they just updated this as of 2 days ago. And they have now called it the Disinformation Dozen, the sequel. So it's like it's a movie now. You'll see it right there. If you scroll down, it's now updated, and they are coming
Oh
at
wow.
Congress saying,
Look at my brother. Look at my brother right there in the middle.
brother, it's when the minister said that we are at war, people didn't really understand. This information doesn't the sequel. They're talking about these 12 people are not being stopped. They are angry with big tech companies. They said how big tech companies are failing to prevent the spread of anti-vax information, anti-vaxxers influence, etc. So they're mad at Congress. They're mad at Facebook. They're mad at Twitter. They're mad at Instagram. They're mad at all the mainstream social media platforms because our names are still trending. The influence that we hold is growing. More people are questioning these shots. More people are questioning pharmaceuticals. More people are questioning their health. More people are looking at whether or not they should take the shots. More people are not taking them. More people are studying. More people are researching for themselves and getting true informed consent, which is the legal definition of what they have not been doing, but what they are required by law to do. So people
Absolutely.
now are truly going and getting the real information, or should I say they are getting the truth, because we already know, as we're taught, brother, ye shall know the truth, and it is the truth that will set you free. But they don't want nobody to be free. They are absolutely okay with people being slaves for real.
Yes,
And when
sir.
you have the 12, I don't see it uh, by chance that it's 12 of us that they put on the list.
Come on now. Come on. Come on. Come on. And what
Brother, you know how we look at things spiritually. We look at things scripturally. That's how we're taught in the Nation of Islam. We look at it from a spiritual perspective first.
yes,
Then
sir.
we go to the mental and the physical. But the spiritual, you look at the number 12,
Come on.
12
Come on.
disciples,
That's right.
12
That's right.
constellations. The 12 is the numerical number. If you multiply it by itself, you get the number 144, dealing with the 144,000
Thousand.
soldiers, 144,000 fallen angels, the 144,000 who will come back during the time of the hereafter when God is bringing his world in, or what the scripture says with Jesus coming at the head of 10,000 angels, or some scriptures say 10,000 legions. So
Mm.
144,000 or 12 is very spiritual. These are the warriors. These are those who come to end the world of Satan, or in particularly in this case, the medical world under Satan's authority and under Satan's rule. So
Yes, sir.
they're putting the faces of the people up there whom you really should be listening to. And their strategic maneuver to try to get rid of us is only making us grow even more. Just like as Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, brother, every knock is a boost.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what my brother is really hitting on is what they like, or what they have coined as vaccine hesitancy.
Mm,
So the word that they're using a lot now is that vaccine hesitancy, and why people are so prone to it, and they're strategizing actively to try to counteract that what is happening in different cities and towns throughout the United States of America. So what my brother is talking about is really an agenda, and as he would talk about the national security memorandum that was put into effect many years ago on talking about specifically depopulation. This
mhm.
is the plan that they have had for so long. And what I want you all to do, family, for those who are just coming in, what we want to do specifically on this broadcast is we want to make sure that we stand extremely active in the comment section, because we want to drive to make sure that we have enough people viewing this as of right now, because we know when we get to talking about certain topics that they are
Mhm.
going to try their best to try to stop this from going out. So we have
That's
to
a fact.
summon all of the soldiers that's in the comment section. Everybody that's tapped in, I need you to share this in your DMs. I need you to send it out to as many people as possible. Get as many people involved. Let them know that our brother is on and that he's discussing these things, so that we can continue to have the message, because we're literally going to be fighting against those who are actively trying to stop this, who control the algorithms for Facebook and for YouTube and things like that, family. So let's make sure that we're doing that. We want to make sure that we get this out to as many people as possible. But again, they're working towards this agenda, and what you see is the attack on your First Amendment right, which is to
Hmm.
have free speech. So could you talk about, brother, the that attack on the First Amendment, right? And you know, different things that you have seen in the attack against you.
Absolutely. Well, first thing is people have to understand if you rely on the Constitution,
Right.
oh man, boy, they got us good. If you really believe the United States Constitution is legitimate in their recognizing of it, you got another thing coming on this page here.
Mm.
Pharmaceuticals own all of what you see when it comes to mainstream. They
Mm.
own the area of agriculture to a degree. That's why the Food and Drug Administration is the administration over food and drugs. Be mindful, all right? They own the mainstream media. They are the number one funders and contributors of finances to all mainstream media platforms. They are now becoming the main contributors to social media platforms, but there are too many businesses that put money all throughout social media businesses for ads and campaigns, etc. So they can't just be the number one, but they are pushing for that. The censorship when it comes to the First Amendment is the freedom of religion, speech, press, petition, and assembly. You have the freedom to express your religion, is what the First Amendment says. You should be able
Mm.
to believe and practice what you believe. Number one. Number two, the freedom of speech. You should be able to speak and say whatever you feel, with the exception of things that are pushing violence, and
Mm.
particularly, specifically things that are encouraging the deaths of others, encouraging robbery, thievery, encouraging things that go against the law or anything that is illegal.
Yes,
You
sir.
should be able to have the freedom of speech. The freedom of petition, meaning to come together to actually petition for something, against something, etc. Vote this person in, vote someone out, vote for this, vote not for that, etc. The freedom of press, to have control over your own media or communication or media itself, videos, pictures, news articles, journalism, all of that kind of stuff dealing with media and the press. And of course, assembly, the right to assemble, to come together, to protest, to be together around each other within a certain area for a certain purpose. These are the freedoms that we are supposed to have under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Here's the problem that we don't really get. America is for sale, and
Mm.
America is a whore in its governmental arena, and
Mm.
particularly in the political sector, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has stated. He has stated that she's an oil junkie. She's a financial prostitute, meaning whoever has the biggest dollar can control America's policy. When you're dealing with politicians, you're dealing with who has the money to control them to push the policy. So it's not just the voting, it's not the morality, whatever is good for the people. No, it's whoever has the money can control what needs to be done or what goes where. So the First Amendment does not exist where this is concerned. You can say anything you want to say if it comes to being degrading, if it comes to doing drugs, if it comes to promoting anything that's filthy and sex and all that. You can promote that all day long because that's what they want. Because what is the product of those things is disease. What is the product of those things are different debilitating disorders, broken families, etc. And what do you need for that? You need drugs for depression. You need drugs
Mm.
for your STD management. You need drugs for all of these different circumstances. So therefore, it is a good investment for them to allow that type of thing to be promoted. But when you speak out against different things that have to do with their pharmaceutical investment, their drugs, their shots, etc., that create the problem that they then manage, you are a bad circumstance for their business. You bad for business. It's a
Mm.
conflict of interest. They
Right.
invested billions for these shots and you taking money out of their pocket. They invested billions in these shots and you're taking money out of their mouths, their homes, etc. So they have to censor. And what has happened to your brother is not only I've been taken off of Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and of course Clubhouse, but my name, as I said, has been put on that list. So now anyone who even tries to come close to your brother, that's the other thing that they
Uh-oh.
do now.
Come
The
on, talk
guilty
about
by
that now.
association, the guilty by association circumstance or litmus test. The
Mm.
same way they have done with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who is the ultimate litmus test to
Yes, sir.
determine where you really stand, period, where this thing goes. If you
Yes, sir.
stand on truth for real, and you're facing this government, we will know based upon your relation when it comes to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Any artist, any celebrity, if you really want to know who they bow down to, have them make a public statement about Minister Farrakhan. Positive statement, and see what happens. That's when you know. So
yes, sir.
I'm with him. We are with him. And so because of that, not only have I been put on the Disinformation Dozen list, but also the Anti-Defamation League's list as well.
So
It's bigger than what people think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that was a beautiful segue into my next question, because you have a lot of relationships that you have built with different people in different industries, whether it's sports figures, whether it is entertainers in Hollywood, whether it's music artists. How has your censorship now and your stance on truth affected those different relationships and networks?
Funny thing is, I've noticed who has potentially backed up for me just a little bit. I've noticed who did a little bit of it. I've noticed
they see you in the street. They don't come and hug you no more. They just like, what's up, Riz?
I've noticed. Hey, and I was like, that's interesting. That's right there.
I don't get the pound no more. Like, I don't get the pound no more.
I'm like, bro, I ain't got no disease, bro. Like, come on, man. But I'm not even mad at him, because I want to know where you stand. I want to know where you stand, because I know where I stand, and I'm not getting off of it. I know who I stand with. I know what we stand on. I know what we stand for. But I need to know who are those around me, so I know exactly where you stand. When the heat is on and when this enemy is coming at us, where will you be? That lets me know who I can really count on, which we already know. Nothing and no one but Allah is whom we lean on at the end of the day. But we do have soldiers around us who also have that same belief. So some of them have backed up, and I've noticed. But then again, I've noticed the majority have still remained next to your brother. That is something I also noticed, and I've noticed exactly who were those ones, and it gave me a higher level of respect for them, because they see where things are going, and they're willing to stand on that truth, at this time. So that's the beautiful thing. And I mean, it's a lot of relationships. There's some names that I can drop right now that people will be like, hell no, are you serious? And it's like, yes, but because I never do that, that's another reason why they respect me enough to support your brother and this work and the minister and all the work that we continue to do. They support because we have to secure each other, because we know what type of enemy we're dealing with. You don't get up on your enemy's network and start promoting your alliances on your enemy's network.
Right.
Who does that? That's like me playing chess against my brother right here, and I tell him what moves I'm about to make. No, that's not what you do. So we have to protect each other and not be so thirsty to drop, I was hanging out with so-and-so, and this is war that we're in. You do not show your hand to your enemy, especially not on your enemy's network.
That's so true. That's so true, family. So that's just a lesson for us to have, and those of us who are building networks and things of that nature. Just understand that you need to guard those relationships with respect to the other person, and you will want that reciprocated to you. And what you really see going on is, again, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning, this is a war on information, because there's really an agenda out here against Black people in America, as well as poor and oppressed people all over the planet Earth. So you have warriors and those who are on the forefront that's giving out that information. So, Brother Rizza, could you talk about, your, some of the things that you've done to combat? You mentioned the fact that you have made multiple pages on Instagram. I know you are on a platform called Melanated People, I believe that it's called, that people can go over to follow you there. But what are some other steps that you have taken so the people can make sure that they stay tapped in and they can still have access to this information?
Absolutely. Well, the first thing is, during this whole time, I'd say within the last month and a half, maybe 2 months or so, my team has been setting up my own app, which a lot of people have been saying, get your own app. And it's like, it's a little more intricate than just get your own app. You can just get a real cheap one. You can do that. But if you want an actual quality app, it costs money. So it's like, y'all got to understand this. If you really want to have your own arena, your own house, your own hub, your own ability to house everything that you do, you have to have funding for it. You got to have money for it. War takes money. That's what people don't get. It takes money. So if you are going up against the enemy who has a mountain of it, which is this government. Their money system is endless. You got to understand, they make it a point to have money to secure their secrets.
Yes, sir.
They have
Yes, sir.
they have to, because us knowing their secret is far more detrimental to them than all the money they got to do this and do that. If the moment we know and become aware of Satan's moves, it don't matter how much money he got, because we won't participate in our own slaughter anymore. So they will make sure that they will invest their protection. We have to do the same, which is why we have to support one another. You never hear Brother Rizza Islam say, hey, support me, here, send money here and all that. You ain't never heard that. The most you ever heard me say was, I have a book. It's a product. I have an exchange. It's a product. Cool.
Right,
I have
right.
a hat, a shirt, etc. So you can support that way. If you want to support more, that's perfectly up to you. But the reality is, I've had to now come out with my own app, which, God willing, it will be released within the next 2 weeks. It's in review in the App Store.
Uh-oh. 2
That's
weeks,
going to be
y'all.
the
2
announcement,
weeks,
brother.
y'all.
Because once that happens, brother, you see, now you have direct access to the people, and there's no middleman. There is no middleman, because there was no other way I could do this. I did it the other routes. I did it on other apps. I'm like, it's not working. So you have to have the direct access to the people. So the Rizza Islam app is going to be ready, God willing, in 2 weeks for both Apple and Android.
That's fine.
That's point number one. Number two, I will be sending out a text blast from a text app as well. God willing, tonight. If not tonight, it will be tomorrow, so that I can have everyone go to that. So it'll be that, as well as the app and my entire network from the app. The podcast will be coming out through that. Oh yeah, it's about to be. Everything is going to come out from there. So I'll be able to send out research. Everyone who was a part of that will get the research data. You'll be able to research it for yourself. You're going to have upcoming information as to the different events that we're holding all throughout the country, so that you can show up and be there, be present, how you can get involved in the different movements, not only with the educating, but the information on the medical solutions, things that you can take that can help you physically, the different routes you can take to overcoming illness if you are dealing with illness. A lot of different things, brothers, but it's going to be off of the enemy's grid. That's the point. It's going to be under our own time.
That's what we're talking about, family. Off the enemy's grid and doing what we have been taught to do, which is doing for self. So,
That's right.
Brother Rizza, could you talk to our people about just some of the things that's going on out here that they may not be aware of? Many of the time, I remember back in the early days, you used to come over Rizza with the facts, right?
Yep.
And you used to come down and you just was giving information on Instagram. Like the lives was jumping. You was just putting people on the different game about the different stuff that's going on out here in our community and things to watch out for. So we already understand the war that you've been fighting on the front as it pertains to medicine. So could you talk about any other things that you may have seen and any new developments as well in these new initiatives? Because you see these new initiatives now. We talked about on the last show about President Biden, and how he was talking about people that are on the unemployment returning to work. They have to take a suitable job, or they're maybe taken off of the unemployment. And now you have him saying that if you're not fully vaccinated, that you have to wear a mask, for however long that's going to be. If you watch anybody that has been watching any of the sports, basketball, anything like that, they're starting to reopen the arenas, and they have what is called vaccinated only sections now. So you're going to be able to clearly distinguish the difference between those who have gotten the shot, those who have not gotten the shot. So could you just talk to us about some latest developments, some different things that you've been hearing, and some things that we could look out for that may be coming down the pipe?
Absolutely. First thing is the vaccinated versus unvaccinated fiasco that is going to evolve more and more and more, that you need to look out for now. Not only with what our brother just described, but this is now the modern day slave passes that they had to use, where slaves would have to leave from the plantation home, and they would need a pass in order to gain access across the woods, so that they can go get food or water, or what have you, or another slave. This is the modern day version of what is known as the yellow star that they had in Nazi Germany under the Third Reich, where you would be able to determine who was Jewish versus who was German, because the Jews or Jewish people would have to wear a yellow star right here. This is the modern day version of how it used to be in the medical field, people who didn't take the flu shot or flu vaccine had to wear a mask. Everybody else who took the shot didn't have to wear a mask in the clinic or the hospital. So it is a form of ostracizing you. It is a form of making you an enemy to each other based upon this system and how they manipulate things. So what I'm noticing, and just so you know what's about to happen, is they're pushing to make it mandatory in certain states and in certain businesses to wear the mask, and if not wear the mask, take the shot. Here's a difference. There's a private business mandate, which are the airlines and which are other businesses or what have you. The airlines, for the vast majority, are not going to make it mandatory to receive a shot. Because if you make it mandatory to receive a shot in order to get on the plane, you're going to have a lot of these businesses or airlines losing a large amount of money every day. Because people are not going to sit here and say, under duress, I got to take a shot because I'm being forced to take a shot to travel. When I travel all the time, when I'm going to be sitting on an aircraft in an enclosed space with people for hours, and you telling me I need to be forced to take the shot to get on here. So they're going to lose large amounts of money. So the majority of airlines are not going to do that. Just so we can understand that, because people are saying, what if they make it mandatory to travel? Yeah, it's going to have to be an airline by airline basis. And the majority are not going to agree with that. That's number one. Number two, when he brought up the different stores and things like that, certain states have their own governing bodies. You have the 50 state constitutions, which makes every state their own sovereign government. Then you have the federal government. So all the governors will have to agree with the federal mandates, and all the governors don't agree. So it's going to be different depending on the state that you're in right now.
Okay. So it's going to be a state by state basis as of right
now. State by state basis. This is why some people are moving to Florida, because that governor told the president, hell no, we're not doing what you just said.
Yes, sir.
And he has that authority because he's his own governing body, because he has his own state flag, constitution, etc. And that's a very key point that everybody has to know. That's why certain people are moving to Florida, Texas, etc. You see what I'm saying? Georgia to a degree, but right now they're trying to manipulate that because a lot of black people are there, so they're trying to use that as the experimental hub, which they've been doing for a long time in Georgia. That's why the CDC is there. But why is the CDC there, yet Georgia still has some of the highest levels of STDs, some of the highest levels of obesity, some of the highest levels of heart disease? The CDC's there. And how is it that in that state, you have some of the highest levels of things that are not affecting other states to the degree that it's affecting you there, when you supposedly have the ultimate solutions? So those are different things that are happening. Also, you have doctors under attack right now. Case in point, California, there are over 8,500 doctors on a list who have been disciplined because they either are refusing to inject people with the shots, or they are signing the waivers, or what is known, of course, as the exemption forms. They are not forcing people to take these shots. So now they've been put on lists to where they're not going to be able to give exemptions. They're not going to be able to tell people not to take the shot. They're going to be telling people take the shot, or they're going to lose their license. 8,500 doctors in California. It's happening all across the country as of right now, where they are going at war currently at the CDC and at Emory and in the FDA, as well as the National Institute of Health. You have senior officials who are at war with their subordinates, or those who work beneath or underneath them, going back and forth over the policy sides, the morality sides of this whole maneuver, and what they're doing with controlling the policies in government, with controlling the health of the people, with controlling how they're interacting and how they're rolling these things out with people who can't go to work, and jobs and daycares and schooling. They're fighting because people who work there are saying, you're gonna mess my life up. I work here, but I'm also a citizen over here, and I don't agree with this because this doesn't even agree with the policies that we have traditionally had here. I'm talking about specifically at Emory. Some of the staff told me there, they said they're going against their own policies. This don't make sense. You telling people to do this when you know that's not proper. They looked at the policies on the money that's coming in, because some people said they're not making money by investing into these shots, and they are. But they said the way they're manipulating policy and insurance is insane. They're raking in so much money from these shots when they're experimental. And I'm only saying that so we can all understand the updates that are coming out is surrounding the corona circumstance that's going to affect the economics more, is going to affect employment more, is going to affect agriculture and food, it's going to affect travel, it's going to affect education, it's going to affect legal policies dealing with jail time, dealing with whether or not you're going to go to jail, whether or not you're going to get out of jail at a certain period of time. It's all surrounding this damn corona circumstance. So the updates are legal maneuvers are about to come down for people who refuse to take the shot, and particularly those who are low income, those who are on Section 8 food stamps and all that. Legal action is about to, they're trying to make it happen, where they're going to accuse families of medical neglect who don't get their child the shot. And if you are deemed guilty of medical neglect, you could potentially lose custody of your child, and they will be taken from you to the government. You go to jail, your child goes to foster care. This is the other maneuver that they're trying to push specifically with corona. They do it for other things. They do it for domestic situations. They do it for,
Right.
if your child is living in a home that's not safe, etc.
Right.
But now they're trying to use corona as another circumstance.
So have they also threatened the benefits? People that receive,
Hmm.
whether it's different social security checks, disability checks,
Hmm.
WIC and food stamps, have that also been attached to some of the things that they're threatening to take for those income individuals?
Definitely, especially here in California. I mean, California is damn near baby Babylon all by itself over here. California
Wow.
is the worst, bro. They're dangling that in front of people's faces. You want to keep getting these food stamps? You want to keep getting your Section 8? You want to keep getting this? You're gonna have to take this shot. They did the same thing with the flu shot at first. They did the same thing with all these different circumstances, but now they're saying, well, you can't be out here making other people sick. See what I'm saying? Potentially
Mm.
endangering the lives of other people, right? You can't do that. So we can't let you do that. So medically, you have to take this. You got to take this in order for you to continue to receive these benefits. So the reality is, we have to do something for ourselves. That's just what it is. In order for you to keep relying on the enemy's system, you got to take more poison and more death for you to remain on a system. Hell no. To hell with that. Work harder, come together, pull your resources so that you can get out of their system, because they are trying to kill you. That's the agenda here. That's the point. That's the
Wow.
purpose. So no, bro. And that's California is one of the states. Other states are doing the same. Mississippi is doing some things like that. Certain parts of Georgia are doing certain things like that. They're really coming after those who are the families within the inner cities, the poor, the economically disenfranchised, and the ignorant. They are coming after families, but they're targeting the low income families. And the richer families are not targeting like that because they have lawyers, because they
Right.
they have money to
They have
defend
the ability to
themselves.
fight and defend themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they're going by zip code as of right now, depending on what policies, and they're using certain um, politicians to do their dirty work on a local level, certain mayors, city council, to enforce certain things on a local level before they do it on a statewide level.
Absolutely, and just for those who are just coming in to the program, to the show tonight, I am your brother King Cam, and this is the Campaign TV show, and I'm here with my brother Rizza Islam, who has been censored on multiple social media platforms, but he always has a home here with us. So I wanted to make sure I bring my brother on so we could talk about censorship, we could talk about the war on information, and also the new things that he's involved in coming down the pike. So what I want you all to do as you come into the room, I want you to hit the comment section. I want you to get active, engaged. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Then I need you to hit that like button and share button if you're following us on Facebook. If you're following us on YouTube, what I need you to do is I need you to hit that bell so you can stay notified each and every time we drop a video.
That's
Subscribe,
right.
and then I need you to hit that like button, family, so we can drive the engagement up. And to your last point, where you were talking about some of the things that they were threatening to take away from low income individuals if you do not capitulate to what they're trying to do with this poison, they are also offering, family, they're
Hmm.
offering different incentives in order for you to take this. And we have seen multiple different ones where it has come down to they have offered weed in certain circumstances, they
Yep.
have offered money in certain circumstances, but it's even gotten to the point now where they have in Ohio have offered a $1 million lottery for you to be in a
Come on.
$1 million lottery right here in Ohio, where let me pull it down right here, where they're saying that they're gonna put you in there if you take the shot. Now, this is the kicker. because most of us have been around people and have seen people that played the lottery all of our lives and have never hit the millions, the mega millions. We never we never hit the mega millions, never won anything off the lottery. So for them to put us in a lottery in order for and to I guess you would say to reward us for taking this poison is insane. But also check this out. I want to read something from this because I want you to hear exactly the mindset of these wicked individuals. It says the U.S. state of Ohio will award cash prizes of $1 million to 5 recipients of COVID-19 vaccines as a part of a lottery launched to boost flagging uptake of jabs. So they're trying to get more people to take this experimental shot. This is experimental. And it says that Ohio Governor Mike DeWine said only adult residents who had a vaccine would be eligible for the draw. The first of 5 weekly draws will be announced on May the 26th, Mr. DeWine said. He said the lottery would be paid for by the COVID or coronavirus relief funds from the federal government. A world leader in COVID-19 vaccines, the U.S. has given 58.7% of the adult population jabs against the disease. A successful vaccination program was crucial to curbing the pandemic in the U.S., which has recorded more than 32 million infections in total, the highest figure in the world. President Joe Biden has set his administration the goal of vaccinating 70% of adults by July the 4th, American Independence Day, which I would also like to add is the same day, 1 year anniversary to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and his monumental message to all of the inhabitants of the planet Earth called the Criterion. So if you have not had the ability to go and listen to that message where the minister warned us of this poison and the plot against us, and if we are forced to take this, that would be a declaration of war against us, I would advise you to go to NOI.org. Again, go to NOI.org and you can view the lecture there. It was on several different platforms, but as Brother Rizza can tell you, they start snatching stuff down because they don't want you to hear any of the other information. Even if you don't agree, they don't even want you to hear another side. They don't want you to hear another side of the coin, so they snatched it down from all the other platforms. But we in the Nation of Islam have our own website, so they can't snatch it from there. So you can go to NOI.org and watch that lecture. So they're trying to accomplish something also on the same date that the minister accomplished something and that the God also accomplished something. So we are going to be staying tuned for that as they push towards their July 4th mark. But Brother Rizza, could you talk more about these incentives against specifically, this lottery one in Ohio?
Absolutely. Well, if anybody's from the hood, you should know that when you're dealing with a very skilled drug dealer, they always give you something first, just a little bit of it to get you hooked. Always give you a little something, just a little. Hey, man, this on me. That's on me. Go ahead, take that. That's on me.
That's right.
You take it, it gets you hooked. You try to figure out what that was because you don't know what it was, but it made you feel good. And now you're going, you're looking for them. Now you're fiending. Well, here's the difference. With this incentive, they're dangling things in front of you by demographic. First of all, for example, Krispy Kreme said that those who got vaccinated can get a 1 free donut every day for the rest of the year. Okay, hold on.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Krispy Kreme, which by the way, from my understanding, is German. And it originated in Germany. So y'all really might want to pay attention to this. Krispy Kreme, 1 free donut every day for those who are vaccinated for the rest of the year. I calculated how many donuts that would be and how much money that is that they are giving away. You're talking about over $16 million worth of donuts. Wait a minute. You just want to give away $16 million worth of your product? I've never heard of somebody doing such a thing. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you're giving me something that is full of sugar, which is damaging to my overall health. But isn't sugar the thing that also attacks the respiratory system? Isn't sugar is something that goes towards diabetes? Isn't sugar something that leans me towards having pre-existing conditions that will incline me to die from COVID? But you're giving me a shot to prevent COVID by giving me an incentive to take something that increases the likelihood of me contracting COVID at the same time?
Talk about it.
Talk about it. Here? You got to be a fool to listen to them. They're offering you weed, this pharmaceutically based marijuana, joints for jabs over in Washington, D.C. They're offering fish dinners over in New Orleans. They're offering you free cigarettes in some of these damn states. They're offering you passes to certain concerts. In New York, I believe that the mayor was offering free tickets to a Knicks game, from my understanding. The next game that they're going to have, the next one, free tickets if you're vaccinated. They're offering so many incentives. And as you brought up in Ohio, a potential for you to win $1 million in a lottery if you're vaccinated. I've never seen the United States so into helping the people, incentivizing something that is healthy. They ain't never incentivize you to take vitamin C. They ain't never incentivize you to drink no damn water. They've never incentivized you to eat fruit, nor exercise, nor go outside and get sunlight, nor doing anything that is healthy for you, but they always incentivize something that is detrimental for you and that they make money off of later. It is an investment. So if I'm going to give you free donuts, nigga, that means I invested a whole lot of money in what it is that I'm trying to get to you. So I'm willing to contract with Krispy Kremes. I'm willing to contract with In-N-Out. I'm willing to contract with McDonald's. I'm willing to contract with the New York Knicks. I'm willing to contract with these different celebrities pushing it on you and pay them. I'm willing to contract. Why? Because as you push any product, you give the person your shirt because you know that you're going to get sales from that.
That's right.
You let them wear that hat because you know you're going to get sales from them wearing it. This is an investment. It has nothing to do with the health of the people. It has nothing to do with them not making money. I heard some foolish damn doctors in Clubhouse one day, the last day I was in there when I was debating with them, say they're not making money off of these shots. I couldn't believe. I was like, wait, pharmaceuticals are not making money off of this?
Hold on. Say it again, Rizza. What they said in the Clubhouse?
They said they are not. They said pharmaceuticals are not making money off of these COVID shots.
Hey, man, tell them this.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit.
Come on, man. They gotta go. Who they think we are, man? What they think this is?
Really? I was like, wow. So it just baffled me. The list of incentives, by the way, have grown. They're giving away free bikes. They're giving away tons of gift cards. Target and Walmart. They're giving away. Okay, so much for people to take a shot that is experimental, that you cannot sue them for if it harms you or kills you, that you don't know the ingredients, that have no long-term studies, so no one knows entirely what's really about to happen to you over the next 6 months to 12 months, a year or two. They know nothing. You have
the
to
animal testing. Went straight to human testing.
Some of these shots never even went to animal testing or animal trials. So you have to understand what you're dealing with here. You are being experimented on in a way that has never existed on the planet Earth before. Period. So these incentives are nothing more than tickets to a slow death and tickets for you to give somebody else the bag over your body.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And, most people would say, okay, well, you guys are giving us this information. We are hearing what you all are saying. We don't want to, capitulate and take these shots. What are some things that we can do to protect ourselves and protect our families?
Beautiful. First thing is keep your immune system strong. On the health side, first thing is health-wise, keep your immune system strong. Vaccines or these shots have never been the panacea or the cure-all for diseases, illnesses, etc. Never, ever was that the case. All right. So to make that very clear, because I've heard some scientists, they put so much credit on the shots when before shots existed, we were healthy. Why? There were no shots. So what were we doing? We were eating fruits and vegetables. We were exercising and keeping our bodies healthy. We were drinking lots of water. We were getting sunlight. We were taking in herbs and minerals, etc., keeping ourselves balanced. We were fasting intermittently. We were making sure that we only ate the best of foods. And I'm saying us as the original people from the beginning. So the shots have never been the thing to boost the immune system. The shots directly attack the immune system. So the first thing is keep your immune system strong. Well, lots of water, exercise, vitamin D, get lots of sunlight, minerals, fruits, vegetables, etc. Get rid of the majority of sugars. You want to cut down on sugars for the majority, cut down on the majority of dairy. If you still eat dairy, that's fine, but you want to cut down on the majority of it. You want to cut down on the majority of fried foods, alcohol, drugs. you want to cut down on that stuff. And I'm just
Right.
for real. If you just want to really go there to keep your immune system strong, that's number one. Number two, on the legal side, right now, because it is itself illegal, what they're doing. First thing that I recommend you do, your doctor, your nurse, whoever's over the clinic that you go to, whoever's trying to tell you to take the shot, first thing you need to do is ask them for the informed consent. Informed consent is a legal term, it's a medical term, but it's a term that says to them that they have to give you, one, all of the positives about taking that shot. Number two, all of the negatives about taking that shot. Number three, the naturopathic alternative to taking the shot. If you choose not to take it, naturopathic route. Number four, the nutritionist or nutritional route. If you choose not to take the shot, they have to give you that information. Number five, the herbalist route. If you choose not to take the shot. Number six, the acupuncture route. They have to give you all these different other choices if you choose not to take the shot. And then they have to also tell you the ingredients. They have to tell you all these things. That's called informed consent. So that way you can make a informed decision to take it or not take it. And that is the one thing that nobody in America has been receiving. Because if they were to tell you even a fifth of what I just told you, you would not take it in right conscience because you will have been informed. But what have they done? They have intentionally not given you informed consent because they know damn well you ain't gonna want to take what I'm giving you if you knew about it for real. So you have to point out that they are violating the Nuremberg Code on informed consent. There are 10 roughly Nuremberg codes which were established to prevent the experimentation on human beings. In the mid 1940s, 1950s, they came up with these codes so that human beings won't be experimented on anymore. So the first one deals with informed consent. So tell them they're violating the Nuremberg codes, period. That's going to stop them. If that doesn't, number two, tell the doctor to sign a written legal agreement that they guarantee that if this shot harms you or your child or any one of your family members that they're telling you to take a shot, that they will take full responsibility to pay for your medical bills, that they will take full responsibility for your burial insurance, that they will take full responsibility for anything dealing with your finances, your livelihood, your physical therapy. If you go through any debilitating issues, that they take full responsibility for that. Have them sign on that dotted line, but I guarantee you, you won't even get that far because they're not going to sign there, which will tell you that it must not be truly effective, must not truly be safe if they're not willing to sign their career and base their career on it or their life on it, but they are absolutely willing to stake your life on it, but not their own. So those are some of the things you can do. Also, right now, if they threaten your job and tell the staff members at your job that in order for you to come back to work, you have to take this shot, Dale Bigtree over the High Wire and his entire legal team have a class action lawsuit happening against companies who are telling their staff that they have to take these shots in order for them to come back to work. That's illegal.
Okay.
All right. So make sure you go ahead and research that. Go to Dale Bigtree High Wire and email them exactly what's going on at your job, the location, etc., and they will address your company for you.
And how do you spell that?
Dale, D-E-L, Bigtree, B-I-G-T-R-E-E, and his network is called The High Wire. So if you go there, you'll go to that their website, thehighwire.com, I believe is what it's called, and you'll see that email pop up, and they'll say, you know, if your company is trying to make you take these shots, please send us an email here, and we will get on it, and their team will call your company, discuss it with them, and I guarantee you that won't be happening for long.
Okay, absolutely. So I just wanted to put that in the chat so people will be able to have that. And family, just want you to know, I hope you are taking notes. You know, these are things that you'll be able to use within your family, within your community, your circle of people. If you do decide not to take the shot, then these are some things that you can use. So these are some resources, because you have to understand, if everything was okay with what was going on, and they would not be censoring people and trying to stop people from putting out information. If everything was okay, then all these questions that you would ask these doctors and your medical professionals, shouldn't be any slowness in their part to be able to handle all of your requests and to follow right through with it. So if they have any type of hesitation, if you get any pushback, then those are red flags to you that there's something very, very wrong. There's a huge red flag because the media is trying to control the narrative. That's number one. And then number two, as you go and talk with your medical professionals about these things, if they're not able to intelligently and fluently talk with you about the ingredients, if they're not willing, as my brother said, to stake their livelihood and profession on it, but want to put your life and profession on it, then those are red flags that we need to take into consideration. So these are some different things that we need to make sure that we are writing down, jotting, so that we can pass this information along. It reminds me a lot of the Underground Railroad. And at the time when we were trying to flee oppression, we were trying to flee slavery, we had to create our own channels of communication, of media, and ways to get each other's information so that we can continue the flow of people being able to escape into freedom. At that time, it was escaping slavery. This time, it's escaping the sure death and medical the medical side effects of these experimental drugs. So we understand that this is something that has not been tested. You and me and those who are in the population are the test, are the experiment, are the guinea pigs. Then we need to make sure that we have these channels of communication open so that we can continue to give them to all of our people, family. So I just want all of you all to make sure that you tapped in with that, and let's share that information. Let's share this broadcast out. Let's get it to as many people as possible. Now, into another thing that we have been seeing happen, which is goes right into what our brother Dr. West is, the assault on the black man, black manhood, and black masculinity. And that's the name of one of his books. And that is an actual figurative thing that is going on. There's an attack on black men, black people in general, black men, black youth in specific. And you were just featured in a film called Buck Breaking by our dear brother Tariq Nasheed, and it's available on DVD. Came out of it was available for $30, so you're able to purchase the DVD because you talk about what is inside of that documentary, and also some of the things that you spoke about in that documentary.
Absolutely. Well, the documentary itself is dealing with the destroying of the black family through the black man in multiple ways, from the spiritual, mental, physical, and then familial, and then all the way around that, including cultural, etc. So it's not just the physical pushing of what the slave master used to do to black men, where they would literally break us like a buck or a deer or horse, where they would put us in stalls and put sisters into the stall just so we could get them pregnant for the purpose of creating more slave children. That whole process of buck breaking farms all the way in Jamaica, buck breaking farms all throughout the United States on different plantations, buck breaking farms all throughout this country, that circumstance is something that is so deep that it stays with us to this very day on a psychological level, to where black men abandon their children, some of them, just some, and they don't even know why. They don't even know why. It is a psychological thing that has stayed with us due to where it came from, which is something that happened to us on the plantation. So we discuss the history of it. We discuss the European narrative, but also the European influence and how they created that entire thing all the way from Europe. We discuss the homosexual relationships that were created and established, where that came from. We discuss and break down pedophilia, aka pederasty, which is the ancient Greek version or ancient Greek system of man-boy loving, where that came from, Greece and Rome, and how that transferred all the way over here to the United States. We go into the whole LGBT side of things and where that entire type of behavior originated from, which was not the original people at all. When it comes to a full culture, you had certain individuals practicing homosexuality in certain tribes here and there, an individual here, an individual there, but culturally, it's not something that came from the original people. Culturally, it's not something that came from African people, but it did come from the European. It came from the caves. It came from all those practices that they have always had. So we go through all of those things. We go into the political arena of breaking black men and making them weak, them not being able to speak the truth, them not being able to stand next to strong leadership, us not being able to stand up for the black woman, us not being able to protect our children, or else we get shot by the police, we get fired from our job, we get shut down or made to be quiet in front of other people so that we don't look too strong. So the breaking of us in every single facet and area of life is what we are talking about in this DVD. And a part of Buck breaking the male is to break the female also. So it goes and delves into all areas of Black life and culture and our people, and from every angle that the system has come at us and targeted us from. So it's definitely something I encourage everyone to get. We are now about to roll out a countrywide tour. That's something that everybody needs to know, because it is coming to a city near you.
Absolutely.
It's about to be crazy, brother.
Absolutely. That very, very, very powerful, powerful film. Somebody mentioned that in the comment section how powerful the film was. I purchased my DVD, received it in the mail yesterday, watched it last night, gonna probably watch it again tonight. And for those of you all in my ATL family, my Atlanta family, Brother Rizza will be in the city this upcoming weekend. There's a screening for Buck Breaking this Saturday. Movie begins at 7:30 p.m. family, so you want to make sure that you tapped in. My brother will be there in the building. I will be there with him, and we're going to be there to meet and greet and talk with the people and enjoy this monumental film. Shout out to my brother Tariq Nasheed for bringing this fire, bringing this educational piece, so the family can sit around and watch this and get a thorough understanding of what has been going on, because it's very, very important that we learn what has happened. Because a lot of us, especially a lot of us who don't know, and then a lot of the youth don't really understand what this phenomenon is. They don't really understand the hijacking of the Black Lives Matter movement, the LGBT movement, the hijacking of the rainbow that the LGBT used, which was originally used by our brother Fred Hampton, and then also used by brother Jesse Jackson from the Rainbow Coalition, which actually meant the unity of everybody that would be involved in stopping oppression and wickedness on all people from around the world. They utilize that now for their own agenda, family. So it's so many jewels, so much game that is in this DVD and in this documentary, family, that this has to be in your library. This has to be in every Black household library, along with the rest of the Hidden Colors films, along with the revolution of 1804 for Haiti, the Haitian Revolution. You got to have all of those, family, because this is a solid collection of Black history, intellect, and education that you need to equip yourself with mentally, intellectually, that will help you defend and to speak truth to power when you out there in this world, family. You have to understand, a lot of people are using information against you. And as I mentioned in the title of this, we're talking about the attack on information. So you have to equip yourself so that you're able to defend yourself. You have to equip yourself properly, intellectually, so that you're able to defend yourself and speak out against these different issues, because a lot of the things that you see that happen in the Black community, whether it's medical racism, whether it's mass incarceration, all of those things have been created. All of those things have been manufactured, and now it's gotten to the point where it works on cruise control, so it looks like Black on Black crime. It looks like we're detrimental to ourselves. It looks like that we are the authors of the destructions, when really we're not. We are the relationship Geppetto and Pinocchio had. They are the Geppetto. We are the Pinocchio. You don't see Geppetto, you just see Pinocchio doing what he's doing, but not understanding that the strings that's attached to him are being operated by a Geppetto, which is white supremacy, family. So you want to make sure that you tapped in with this that's going on. My brother will be in Atlanta this weekend, so you don't want to miss that. If you're in surrounding cities, if you're in surrounding states, then you make the drive on over, because my brother's going to be here for the whole weekend. So Brother Rizza, could you tell him about some of the other events that you have as well, and talk a little bit more about the screening on Saturday, because it's actually a three-pronged situation, so could you talk about some of the different how that's going to go in the different departments with that?
Absolutely. First thing is, I will be with Council Member Mark Baker, who is one of the council members there in Fulton County, will be feeding the community. So we'll be giving out food to the community. That's on the 21st, Friday at 3:30. And the flyer is there, but I also give you the address to that. But and you can check my page for that. The second day on the 22nd, which is Saturday, that is the screening of Buck Breaking. But first, the address on Friday is at the LA Fitness parking lot at 6385 Old National Highway, South Fulton, Georgia. LA Fitness parking lot again, 6385 Old National Highway, South Fulton, Georgia. 3:30 this Friday. I'll be there first, giving out food with the people. So come out and volunteer, y'all. Get out, get your feet wet, get with the people, get some of that work in, being on the front line. That's the first thing. The next day is the screening at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. That will be at the Legacy Center, also known as the Black House, our brother Jay Morrison's building, and his queen, Sister Ernestine Morrison. They have opened up the doors for us, and we love them for that. We support our brother and sister for all the beautiful work that they do as well. Make sure you come out dressed to impress. I'm going to say that because this is about to be a monumental event. We have council members coming. We have other politicians showing up. We may have some VIPs, maybe a few artists or celebrities who said they might pull up to this. We have a lot of people from the community coming out because they want to know the truth. So 7 p.m. is going to be the networking portion from 7 to 7:30. Then the screening will start at 7:30. That will end at 10. It's a 2.5-hour film, so get ready to have your mind ready. It's a lot to soak in. But from 7:30 to 10 is the film. From 10 to 11 is the Q&A.
Wow, that's gonna be powerful. That's gonna be powerful,
night,
brother. And I talked to Sister King, Sister Angela, and she definitely said she's gonna be in the building too, family. So yeah, she said she coming. Boy, she hit me on the phone. She's like, "Yo, I'm in there." I said, absolutely.
Y'all better pull up, man.
So it's gonna be a great event, family. It's gonna be a great event. So make sure that you tapped in. So thank you, family, for being tuned in and to making sure that you was here to accept what we had to say, listen to what we had to say. We certainly appreciate you for giving us your ear. We appreciate and thank our brother Rizza for joining us tonight and giving us a powerful lesson, keeping us updated with the facts, letting us know what's going on, what's happening out here, so that we can prepare ourselves mentally and also have some solutions that we can use so that we're able to protect ourselves out here in these streets. So again, we talked about it earlier, family, but our brother has been censored, right? So there's a couple of different ways that you have to go about making sure that you stay in contact. A lot of people DM me all the time and say, "What happened to Rizza? Where's Brother Rizza at?" So, Rizza, could you talk to them and let them know again how they can stay up to date with you, how they can stay in contact so they can make sure that they stay catching those facts?
Absolutely. The first thing is I'll say I do have a backup page. We don't know how long it's going to stay up on Instagram. This is page number 4. Very good number. 4's foundation. So let's see if it will stay up. It is Brother R Islam on Instagram. That's number 1. Number 2, you can go to Fanbase, which is another app that I use. It is only available on iPhone, though. Fanbase, Black owned on iPhone. But number 3 is Melanated People app, which is for iPhone and Android, Black owned. Definitely, I recommend you download that. Those are the 3 that I'm on. Also, be on the lookout for the Rizza Islam app within the next 2 weeks. Once that is available in your app store, you better go get that, because that is where I'm going to be posting all the exclusive everything, the research, doing all the videos like y'all used to see me do all the videos real quick with all the pictures and graphs and all that. I'm going to be doing all that kind of stuff. But they took down over 200 videos, bro. YouTube took down all of them. You see what I'm saying? So it's, to see your work get taken down like that, just like that, it can be devastating if you don't know how to switch the energy. You see what I'm saying? Sir. So no, I'm definitely getting back to that, like you brought up earlier. So the download the Rizza Islam app. Also, my text blast number. Go to Brother R Islam on Instagram and be on the lookout for that text blast number tonight or tomorrow, so that you can get on my personal text list. And just be ready, man. Y'all got to be ready for the research and get ready to start doing research on your own and be prepared to start getting involved once you get the knowledge, to apply it in your life and to help others to apply it in their lives, because it is our time to help each other. It's not about Brother Rizza, Brother Cam, this person, that person. This is about us as a nation of people. We have to help ourselves and separate from this enemy in all ways.
Absolutely, family. So you heard it. You heard it right there from my brother Rizza, man. It was good to have our brother on the platform to speak to us and to teach us and to give us a little bit of the wisdom that he has and has always shared with us via social media and on these platforms. Those of you who are in the Atlanta area, make sure you come up, show out this weekend. We're going to be giving away food Friday at the LA Fitness parking lot, as he mentioned. Saturday, we have the buck breaking ATL screening, Dress to Impress, family. You want to make sure that you do that. You can go to buckbreakingmovie.com and purchase your tickets for the screening.
Yep.
You can go to buckbreakingmovie.com and purchase your tickets for the screening this Saturday. Me and Brother Rizza will be there. So you want to make sure that you get in the building so that we can catch this and watch this movie. Bring the family, bring any black youth, any young people that you may know that may need to understand what's happening. Then you want to bring them. We want everybody to come out. So make sure you're doing that. If you are close by, if you're in North Carolina, if you're in South Carolina, it ain't that far of a drive. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get in the car and pull up. You know what I mean? Because we need. If you're in Alabama, you can come on over. If you're at the top of Florida, you can come on up. But come on through, because we want to have as many people in the building as possible. And then also Sunday, our brother Rizza will be doing a personal book signing for his book at a black-owned business. So that's going to be good as well. And then also
Wadada's healthy juice bar.
At Wadada's healthy juice bar. Me and Rizza been there before. They have beautiful food and shakes and smoothies and stuff like that. So it's all natural, organic stuff. You want to make sure that you tap in there as well. And then the beautiful thing about the screening on Saturday is not only is there a networking portion, so you're able to politic and network with all of the people that's going to be there, then watch the movie, take notes. Then after that, there's going to be a Q&A. There's going to be a Q&A so that you're able to ask questions that you may be confused about, or you may need clarity on some things that are said in the documentary that you don't understand. You have the ability to ask questions and gain some clarification, family. So it's going to be a beautiful experience. You want to bring the whole family. So I thank you all for watching the Campaign TV podcast. We had a beautiful interview. If you would like to donate to the podcast to keep us going and help us to continue to bring powerful guests that speak nothing but the truth and talk about the issues in our culture, our community, and how we can move forward as better individuals through self-improvement, then you can donate. This it's at the bottom of the screen. You can either hit us via PayPal or on Cash App. You can donate, send us a donation, whatever you able to spare, family. You can donate as at $ Campaign TV show or on paypal.com. You can make sure you can hit that donate button and help us out, family. And we'll see you again next Tuesday. We certainly appreciate you. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.